Oh, we got some riders coming. Bloody autofocus on this thing sucks. Yo. The camera's fighting me, that's for sure. Oh, come on, 4 frames per second. What is this? It's too dark here, it's too dark. Oh, I'm happy with that. Man, I'm really not used to this camera and changing settings so fast. Beautiful, I'm happy with that. Okay, so today I'm going into the bike park and I'm shooting on my first ever entry-level camera. It's about 12 years old. It's a Nikon D3300. And if you don't know me, I've been an action sports photographer for 12 years now. I do this professionally. So what we're going to do today is we're going to test whether it's your camera that's holding you back or it's your knowledge. So we're going to go up there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a mountain up there. And we're going to go there and we're going to see what we can get, just shooting random. So let's get going. Seems to be a bit of rain clouds in the distance over there on that mountain. I don't know if you can see, but hopefully that doesn't come towards here. Dropping in. I actually haven't ridden bike park yet this season, so let's see how this goes. But I'm going to stop off wherever I can to find good spots. Maybe that'll work in there. Such a small jump, but it could work actually. So the lenses I've got today is an 18 to 55 mil, and that's just a kit lens that came with the camera. And then I've got a fisheye, and that is basically your classic $200, $150 fisheye. This one is 12 years old again. No autofocus, just pure manual focus. So hopefully we can create something cool with that and nail the focus as well, as it is manual focusing. So, okay, so now that I'm on this feature, I'm gonna check, I'm just gonna watch some people hit it and see if there's actually anything here, because there might be a little bit of a struggle for some people on this to do anything. All right, on second thought, I think I'm moving on. I think this features is just a little too small, and there's just a whole bunch of other stuff down here. So I'm gonna post up down the track further where I know there's gonna be something else better. That's an all right jump, maybe that'll work. Oh, brake bumps. So this is the feature here. You have the takeoff, you have the landing. It's kind of off camber, so I think we might be able to find something on here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait to see if anyone goes over there and does a transfer, nice transfer. And we're just going to check out what people can do on this first. Here we go, riders. Oh, that was all right. Yeah, just as I thought, it's just too dark in this spot. I'm not going to push the ISO either, because this camera is not going to be good with ISO, not like new cameras. So I'm going to move on, and we're going to actually try and find more pockets where it's actually in the sun, so we're not going to be dealing with low light. Okay, so just down further of the trail, I found this spot with corners. It's nice and lit up, so we shouldn't struggle too much with boosting the ISO as much. So what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to shoot this with the fisheye right now from here, and I'm going to angle it down just to give a little unique perspective of both lines or both corners, and hopefully the camera plays ball. All right, let's see how this goes. Just need to dial the settings in. I might up the shutter speed slightly, and it's on 800 now, and the reason why is because we are trying to balance the settings right now because it is still quite dark in the shadows. So let's see how this goes. I'm going to put it on a little bit of an angle. This doesn't show you the live view on the screen, but let's see how this goes. Boom, boom. I can barely see what I'm shooting on the back of this camera. Oh, here we go. Oh, nearly. I think the timing was a little off. I would have loved to get them both on one person on this berm, one person on that berm, but then it comes down to timing. All right, so I'm gonna hang out with this one more. I'm gonna look for the eyepiece on this one, just so my composition's perfect. And I'm gonna wait for some people to come. So the light's shifted now. Now it's darker in here because there's clouds up there that have screwed the light up. So I either have to make a decision whether to wait for a window or to move on, because this one's gonna struggle. This camera's gonna really struggle in low light, because this first corner down here, that's going to be quite dark. So maybe I can, I don't really want to shoot that one as much because it is in the light, but I don't like the fence and having that as a prime focus in the actual image. So I need to figure out whether I move on yet or not. So I'm gonna see how this photo goes with the low light and the sun not really, oh, it's slowly peeking out. It's slowly peeking out. There we go. There's people just there. So let's see if we can nail this shot. Oh, now I need to quickly change my settings actually, damn. Quick. All right, I've nailed it. I've just changed it to 800th of a shutter. So hopefully these guys drop real soon. Oh, here we go. Yes. That's a good feeling. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. There's the raws. There's the edits. Beautiful. I'm happy with that. All right, so I'm really happy with that photo and how that turned out. Now I'm gonna move back down the track and see if I can find a sick feature, and hopefully we can find a good jump in the sun. So let's get going. I'm looking for basically nice sun pockets. Now I gotta decide where to go from here, because I know there's a decent size jump trail down there, but I don't know how many people are hitting it. Let's check if it's actually open or not. Oh yeah, it's open. Oh, look at that. Look at that hit. That's beautiful. They've redone that. All right, let's see if we can get a sick photo on this, because it's actually kind of light here, which is really nice. We can figure something out. Oh, what's he got? Yeah. They redid this, I think this year, so this is the first time I'm seeing it, but this is definitely a really good photo opportunity right here. So, and it's also kind of light enough, which is good as well, and it's nice and open. So yeah, definitely a lot of potential in here. So usually with this sort of stuff, I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't just be coming out in a random time of day. But for the sake of this YouTube video, I'm just doing it. It's probably the worst time. It's probably the worst time of day to actually go out and do photos like this, because the sun is like basically right in the middle of the sky. But the whole point of this is just to adapt to what we have and the time that we have to shoot it, because sometimes you don't have the option of when you can shoot. So I'm gonna work my way around this one, and hopefully someone comes and does something sick on this. Because it is a pro level kind of track, there's gonna be less people hitting this, so it might be a waiting game. So I'm not gonna lie, this location's really fighting me. It is not really ideal light, because this hip is primarily in the dark, and then you've got such harsh light down here and shadows. So it's going to be really interesting to see how we're going to do this and what angle we're going to do, because right now the challenge is, someone's going to go here, but as you can see, a lot of people have black pits here, and they're just going to blend into all these trees right now. So I need to figure out an angle to help be able to see the subject, basically, because I can't really rely on like clean bokeh and aperture, because I've only got 3.5 f-stop, and also this isn't really the best or sharpest lens, so I'm gonna have to work my way around. Okay, so I've been looking at it a little bit, and basically I found this spot here that I'm gonna lie down here, and I'm gonna shoot up, and I'm gonna use all these trees basically to try and get the subject to pop a little bit. Not really ideal that you can't see where they're going from or landing, but you wouldn't be able to see that anyway if I show it from a different angle, because they'd probably blur into the trees in the background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get down here and I'm going to shoot up like that with the fisheye. The problem is it's kind of sketchy, because I don't know if anyone's going to come over here and just half-ass this jump and just like literally land on me. So I'm going to have to judge by looking down here and seeing how confident the rider looks on these other jumps to know if they're going to do something. And I'm going to make myself look visible here so they can see that I'm crouching down. I'm going to take a photo of them. Okay, so now it just becomes basically a waiting game now. This is only 4 frames a second, this camera, so it's going to be a struggle to try and get the action right in time, because I can't rely on bursts now. This is going to be done in portrait than a landscape, so you can see that nice slither through the trees. Oh, we got some riders coming. They look good. They look good. Nearly I just need to dial in the timing. I'm really hoping someone does a table. All right, we need to wait a little bit more. So usually I probably wouldn't be doing this angle, but it's primarily just adjusting to the light. I would love to do something more front on or back facing, but I'm in a situation where I can't really set things up. Also, the light is just not ideal. So that is exactly why I'm doing this fisheye look, to get the most out of this feature. But now we're just waiting for a table. Yeah, so there's also other angles that would work ideally better, but as you just saw, people aren't hitting the jump right and they're going all over the place. So I can't actually stand anywhere in here sort of area because I'll just get taken out. Usually on a lot of jump lines that aren't in the bike park, I can kind of stand in these spots because I can trust the riders and know and they can see me. But for this example, there are a lot better angles that I can choose, but they just don't work out. So I've been waiting here for about 20 minutes now. I guess this is something that you don't see a lot of the time, just the waiting for people. This is probably why I set up a lot of shoots, because I don't need to wait. I can just kind of shoot what's in front of me when I know exactly what they're going to do. But today is today, and we're waiting. We're waiting. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. There's people. There's people. Nice. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I can't see exactly how it's going to come in the editing room, but this is a raw and this is how I've edited it. So right now I'm just deciding whether to stay here for another 10 minutes or not to try and get them further in the sky. But this is what we're tossing up right now, time versus more photos. So I might stay here for another 10 minutes and then move on. No, I just missed some really good riders. All right, I guess another 10 minutes I'm waiting here. Come on. I missed it. That was a scramble. That was such a scramble. All right, I need to concentrate a little bit more. Okay, lights changed. I now need to change my settings because it's in a cloud right now, the sun, so it's flat light now. Man, I'm really not used to this camera and changing settings so fast. I wonder if that sun's gonna pop out again, but hopefully not too long now. You see someone crack a nice table or a whip, we get a nice one right smack bang in that window there. All right, here we go. Oh, yes. Yes. Unfortunately, some of them just timing was a little off. I can't shoot like da 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 because there's only 4 frames a second. So that is a limitation, but I am pretty happy with them. Here's the raw. I can't really see it right now because it's on the back of my camera screen. It's really low res, but here's the finals. Hopefully they worked out. So we're gonna move on now. We're gonna go down to a feature that is better, basically just with more traffic. So I don't need to wait around so long for this to happen. There is another spot that I wanna get here, but I think that's gonna have to be on another day when the light's a little bit better. So I'm just gonna keep on moving on. Maybe I'll do another video here. Put it in the comments if you want another video like this and you like this sort of stuff, and I'll do another one. And this is definitely a good spot again for another angle at another time. And this is the jump. Yeah, table. That's the jump that I wanna get something on. So I'm basically shooting on the fisheye again. Get enough of this fisheye, hey. We need someone to boost on the outside, but I'm liking this angle. Boom. Boom. All right, so I just got one then. I didn't turn the GoPro on for you in enough time, so I just got one then. Pretty good. He's framed really nicely. So I'm pretty happy with that. So if you haven't noticed already, I'm not here to show you guys such polished photos all the time. I want this channel to be quite raw and showing you sort of the process behind it. So I am showing you photos that I do miss, and everyone does. Everyone misses photos, and this is the whole point of this channel as well, to show you the process and everything. And I'm willing to do that. I'm willing you to see the raws and the edited versions and everything like that. Let me know if you like what I'm actually doing here and showing you all the missed shots and everything like that. and I'll keep on doing it. So I am gonna go from the back and this time show more of where they're taking off. I know it's, you know, it's kind of general rule in action sports photography, show where they're taking off, show where they're landing, but I think rules and guidelines are sometimes meant to be broken. So this one, following the rules, following the guideline. Let's see where we can get. It is raining right now, so I hope I can get this shot. Yo, boom, hell yeah. Yeah, whip definitely looks better, but I wasn't even looking through the viewfinder then. Sometimes I can't look through the viewfinder because you are on my head, so I'm gonna have to crop that in slightly. That's looking pretty good. Oh, look at that. Lucky I didn't touch that. Look at all the spikes on that. That wouldn't have been fun. Just trying to get a nice frame here. So what I'm on is manual focus right now. I'm just focusing in that general area because the autofocus just sucks on this thing. Maybe should I put on autofocus? Ugh. See how it goes. This would definitely help if I had an actual screen to look at on the back of this camera, but I have to look through this viewfinder, which is quite challenging, the fact that you need to see as well what I'm doing. It is really annoying not being able to see on the back of this screen. Not what I'm used to at all. Okay, so the autofocus is focusing on the foreground, just as I thought. I can't... Where is it focusing? Oh, it's not too bad. It's focusing in the middle. So sometimes it's getting it right, sometimes it's getting it wrong. Which is like, should I actually rely on the autofocus when someone comes, or should I not? And I think not. I'm gonna whack it on manual. I'm gonna look through the eyepiece and just manually focus on that jump. So I'm all set to go. But that is obviously just another limitation of the camera. Oh, he nearly went for a tuck no-hander. Whoa, T-Bog, yeah. Definitely have to say it's a liberating feeling hearing this shutter click and getting that one single shot, just perfect timing. I miss this feeling. Right, my current settings on this right now for these photos is shutter speed of 1/1000, f5 at ISO 400. Now I would prefer this shutter speed to be quite, well, higher than that, but we are struggling with light, and I also need to like sort of keep in mind that there is quite a lot of harsh shadows and a lot of harsh highlights in this, so it's just kind of a balancing act right now. But I mean, I can tell you settings all day and it's just going to change constantly. If you've been doing photography for a while, you know settings just change. Yo, yes, that was a sick one. That was a beautiful whip. Oh. Yes, I'm happy with that. All right, so we're moving on. We're gonna do the jump beforehand. I hope those dudes come again. That was sick. They were doing some stuff on this one as well, so hopefully I get something. I need to work out an angle now for this one. It's gonna be interesting. Okay, so this one I'm gonna shoot from the front, so I'm gonna have to wait for someone that can probably get just a little closer. People are landing somewhere around here and they're pushing it out, and hopefully I can get them right in this pocket here with a bit of luck. Hopefully someone pushes it out with a 1-footer or something. I'm gonna be sick. It is raining right now, so time is not on our side. I just took a practice go of someone going. Sorry I didn't record it for you, but that's the photo there. So he needs to just be higher. So I'm just aiming for someone to be slightly higher to get in that pocket. That one I did rely on the autofocus on that one, but I'm not 100% sure if I want to rely on it or just whack it on manual focus again and focus on the ground right here. Don't really know what to do. Maybe let's do autofocus. Let's see how good it is. If this was my other camera, I would 100% be using autofocus. It would work so well, and I'd just be putting on flexible spot and it going on here. But I can't trust this camera. I don't know what it's gonna do. Yo. Oh, nearly. All right, I'm gonna have to put you down somewhere so I can look through the viewfinder and actually see what I'm doing. All right, I've actually made the decision to turn the autofocus off and put it on manual focus. I just don't want it. I just don't want to rely on this autofocus. I just don't trust it enough. So what I've done is I've just focused on the ground up there, roughly where they're gonna be. It's on F3, what is it on? F5, so it's sweet. It's not too much of a shallow depth of field. I do have a feeling because it's raining though, there's gonna be a lot less people riding now. So I just hope we get one more in. That's all I'm asking for. Or it's starting to get heavier. Okay, yeah. Let's hope for one more. Oh my God, oh my God. All right, I just missed that. That was really annoying. Ooh. Come on, there's one coming. Ooh. Yo. All right, that T-Bog was pretty sick. His bars were just, I don't know if it was my timing, probably my timing or placement or something like that, but his bars were just hitting in that bush, which I prefer not to. I prefer the whole body to be in the white backdrop, but I'm gonna sit here for another 10 minutes and just hope I get someone in the pocket doing something really sick. Yo. Starting to think that T-Bog might be one of the only and best photos we're gonna get here. I'm gonna wait 5 minutes more. Yes. Oh no, that was it. I just didn't have, I wasn't looking through the viewfinder. I was pushing record on you and, oh man. That sucked. That sucked. That was so, why did I do that? Why did I do that? That was what I was looking for the whole time. No. I had to push record on the GoPro, then I didn't look through the viewfinder on this, and I hope that comes again. Let's see in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Yo, that's a 1-footer. Sick whip. Definitely one of those situations where I wish I had a tripod. It'd actually be so much easier because I'd just be able to plant the camera there. I wouldn't even need to look through the viewfinder. I'd just fire and know exactly that it's in frame, but I didn't bring a tripod. So, but that is a perfect example of when a tripod would work in action sports photography, when you have a fast shutter speed. Sometimes you just want it to be easier. And I do actually use tripods quite often when I'm trying to frame everything up and have the perfect composition, especially on these kind of cameras, because you cannot crop in that much. You actually don't have much room to crop in because there's not really a high megapixel count. So if you are struggling with megapixel count and stuff like that, I highly recommend you use a tripod. If you're trying to nail the composition of everything, just because it's a fast shutter speed doesn't mean you shouldn't be using a tripod in a lot of situations. And this is definitely one that I wish I had a tripod in. So no one's been down the track in about 10 minutes, so I think it's getting quite late and everyone's packing up. But if you guys are wondering or sitting at home thinking that you need a better camera to take better photos, really all it does is just make it easier to capture, but it doesn't define your photography, and I hope that's what this video proved when using this camera. Yes, there's limitations involved with it, like autofocusing and 4 frames per second, but in the end of the day, your eye is what's going to make your photography a lot better in the action sports realm. Make sure you subscribe if you're interested in action sports photography, and keep an eye out for the next one.